Alright guys, today we are going to be putting a propane conversion, it's a dual fuel conversion kit, on a 13 horse Honda. This Honda is on a 6500 watt Porter cable generator. The carburetor I got is an HIPA carburetor. They make good products, man. Let me pull it out and I'll show you. They make good products. The thing is with this carburetor, there's no wires on the bottom for the fuel shutoff, and on any of the other ones there are the wires. So there's a trick in what you do inside of here to make that work. It's not as big a deal as you think. And then in the next video I'll show you how to use this on a propane, how to use this propane carburetor. These do have like little cool things, like this is a fuel drain, so you can drain it off before you use the propane. But that's great for draining your carburetor off. You just flip it up, it drains your carburetor off so that you got no fuel in your carburetor when you're storing it. So that's pretty handy too. And these are like under 40 bucks. They're cheap. They're super cheap. All right, so yeah, we'll just go through the process here. All right, so first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is take this air filter off. Again, I'll put that carburetor in the description below. Just click on the link. So assembly off. And we're going to take the air filter off. The carburetor on this is running and working, but I'm going to put a dual fuel on it. This is the shop generator, so that'll be handy for us. And I use the air filter cover as a container to throw all the nuts and bolts in. This one off, filter itself off, top cap can come off. Then you got 10 millimeter here and back up here. You need to take off. Go. Oh. Then you got the one on top. There we go. This will slide right out. You'll have to push on this generator. If you got this generator, you have to push it to the side to be able to get it off. Got a little gasket. This choke arm we're going to use on the new carburetor. It'll pop right on the new carburetor like it's supposed to. Like that. It comes with a different kind of arm, so we'll use that. Pull the fuel line off. This one already has no gas in it, but if you have any gas in your equipment, drain it all out. This one, we're going to take the throttle arm, kind of pull this out and push this towards the, give it a little bend, and then you lift it up. Comes right out. Spring just pops right out, but it goes into here. This hooks into there. We're going to have to pull on this and pull this off at the same time. I'm going to get somebody over here to help me. Alright, pull it over. There we go, and that comes off. So we're going to get the carburetor ready now. And this comes with, new gaskets. This is the choke arm that comes with the carburetor. We need the original choke arm. And this screw would be the one that screws it down into the carburetor to fasten in. Any of your Harbor Freight generators are going to need that, and those will actually have the wiring plug in for it. This is basically made for a Harbor Freight generator, but 13 horsepower nonetheless. I'm going to show you how to use it on a 13 Honda, because I don't have one of these yet for a 13 Honda. I'll be talking to them HIPA, trying to get them to design this. Right now they're in the works of doing one for regular Honda generators. All right, so we got the wires pulled out here. We're not going to need those wires, so we're just going to cut them off. You know, just a couple of wires, you know, sheeting, whatever. And then on the bottom here, you've got 2 Phillips head screws. I found it easier if you use a pair of pliers or something to break the screws free. I'm going to use a pair of vice grips. Just get a good grip on that bolt and then break it free. And then, oh, that's a tight grip there, right? And then we're going to go ahead and get the other one. Nice tight grip. Break it free. Now you should be able to get them out with Phillips head screwdrivers. All right, Phillips head screwdriver. Pop these out. This helps to break them free, because if you strip out these things, then you're just screwed. And they strip very easy. Even the OEM ones strip very easy. You always just break them free first and then take them out. All right, so we got those out. I'm just gonna kind of separate this a little bit so you get this out. Here's the trick: cut that nipple right off. This is fuel shutoff, so when you start it, it goes in, and when you shut it off, it pops out and stops the fuel from going in there. This helps keep it from backfiring. Not really a big deal at all. Just cut that bugger right off. Boom. Make sure you still got your O-ring in there. And then you're gonna get this thing back in place. Which way did it go? Like that, maybe? Doesn't matter, as long as it's out of the way of everything. Get this back in place like so, and pop those screws back into the whole thing. Get one started. And then get the other one started. And then tighten them down. I'm holding this in place so I know that I don't pinch the O-ring while I'm tightening them. Just get it snugged up. Get the other one snugged up. And then tighten. There you go. Now, this will work on any 13 horsepower or 13 horsepower Honda that you have now. All right, let's get back over to the generator. Again, I'm going to have him hold this and we'll pull it over. Hopefully enough. Oh, this isn't going to work. All right, never mind. Motor mount. So I'm not going to be able to get that out or back in because of the, you know, the big piece here. So we're going to have to remove the stud, which is again just a pair of channel locks. We're going to grab the stud and break it free. That's not a good grip. Let me get a good grip on it. There we go. And then remove the stud. This is something you probably won't have to do in your machine. It's just if you've got this particular generator. You can also take the bolts out of the engine and do it that way. Hopefully I'm removing the proper stud for this. Here, pliers. You know what?
Thanks for making me help get it off. That shit was like 500 pounds. I know. Sorry.
Come on.
Hey, you said you just need a ball now, right? Give me ball now.
The customer. So you get the idea, unscrew it. Pull it on out. Now, there is a gasket that's another thing. Make sure you got your gasket there. If you gotta use one of the new ones, go ahead. We're gonna take the carburetor. It's not gonna fit through all of that. We're gonna fit it in the way we can. We're gonna get this one side on. And we're gonna bring this around. Oh, if we can. There we go. Get it stuck in there. There we go. And then we'll just tighten this down like this. Is that working? Oh, I got it backwards. Take that off again. Show everybody you're a retard. It's so much better this way. All right, I've cracked this gasket. We're gonna go ahead, get a new gasket. We got them. Pop the gasket on. Can't do it right the first time. Do it 10 times, guys. Gasket in. I'm gonna push this to the side a little bit, get it lined up. Like so. Then we're gonna go ahead and tighten this stud back down on. Get the idea, tighten it down. Then we pop the carburetor on and in place. There's a little rubber thing here you don't want there. We're gonna get the throttle in. Always pop this back out a little bit. Oop. Get this throttle arm in, sits right in place. The spring goes right on its little hole. I guess we can get this back here again. Spring in place. It hooks right here and back here on the governor arm. That just keeps it from surging, so everybody knows. Now we're gonna go ahead, get this gasket on. This part goes up to the top right. And like that. And then choke arm is gonna go like this. And you're gonna want the choke on, so when you slide this in, it's in an on position. And we're gonna get this in. Pushing the engine over on this model, pop it in, pop this hose on, get that all the way in, and then we're going to have the two nuts. We got a nut here, and a nut here, and then we've got a bolt goes up top. May have to tighten the nuts down a little bit to get to it, but and bolt in. Top. Get that one tightened in. Get these tightened in. This cover on. Air filter on. nuts. Now I'll be doing the startup of this in another video. Oh shoot, don't forget the fuel line. Oh, you know what? I'll put a new fuel line on that. Needs a new one. New fuel line. Tighten on the air filter cover. Now again guys, I'm going to do the startup and how to start it in propane, etc. In the next video. There is an extra hose that you're going to need to buy. Just a regular barbecue propane line. Is all it takes to make this thing work. Be doing all that in the next video. And then, you know, that'll be in the next video. Alright guys, I hope this helped you out. If it did in any way, shape, or form, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I'll put the parts you need for this in the description below. I'll even put that hose in there. If I forget to, just remind me. Yeah. If you want to do any advertising on my channel, message me. Peace.